Hello, this is Jia Huan, director at Project Moon. Unbreakable coins were added to the game to show off enemy animations and to add further density to combat visuals. However, I realized that the behavior of Unbreakable coins in Kanto 8 Part 2 was solely focused on raising the game difficulty as opposed to giving a more visually entertaining experience. Therefore, we intend to alleviate this issue. We will be using these combat Unbreakable coins to prioritize showing off the enemy animations, as that was our initial design intent. This does not mean they will never be used to raise encounter difficulties going forward. This means that when we do so, we will try our best to ensure that their behavior adds difficulty without being infuriating or feeling unfair. Thank you. Difficulty for certain encounters in stage 820 will be lowered. Experience Luxcavation number 8 difficulty will be lowered. I haven't even had a chance to get to Experience Luxcavation 8. I don't know whether I should be frustrated or relieved about that. Anyway, greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Ekamak, this is Let's Play Limbus Company, The Surrendered Witnessing. We're continuing to see that Granny is evil. But for now... Springtime's dream scatters like clouds in the wind and falling petals float away on the stream. Thus to every son and daughter we pose this question: why seek and wander for such vain suffering? Honestly, I think they should have added some sort of passive that said Unbreakable coins that are cracked will reduce the rupture count on hit without dealing rupture damage. That might have helped out a lot, because the big problem that we have with Unbreakable coins is that they stick down status effects whether we want it or not. Yeah, those rotten priests with Omen Talisman, they just weren't fair. There's another candidate in the room. The moment we enter the threshold, the door shuts behind us. The host's voice booms from the speakers once again. Defeat the opposing candidate and be granted with the opportunity to find yourself a new path with even better rewards. But we don't want to make this fight too boring, do we? Screw this woman. With a heavy thunking noise, suspicious plumes of smoke begin to seep from the ground. The sinners who inhaled it began to cough violently. That can't be good. We have the red entry card. Honestly, as much as we want the coins, screw this woman. This is not a good time to find another candidate. We noticed a locking mechanism with a card reader on it. Maybe we can use this entry card that the candidate we met earlier gave us. Tap the card against the reader just in case it works. Entry authorized. The door unlocks with a beep. We slip out of the room as soon as the door opens and before the other candidate notices. New path opened up on the map. Well, whichever method you used to arrive in this room, congratulations are in order. As a reward for finding this secret room, feel free to take a helpful artifact. Just one though. Also, some of these artifacts might be off limits to those who don't have enough coins. Choose carefully, they're precious artifacts from the great houses. Which should we choose? We don't have 25, but we do have 20. I open the second box from the right. In it is a podal, the same one that the Zhu family's vagabond warriors use. The sword is huge, but they swung it around like it weighed only as much as a feather. This will be useful for the feathers, for the sinners. We take the artifact and leave the room. Clash power +1 when not at full HP. Deal 1% more damage for every bleed potency plus bleed count on the target. Huh? On hit against enemies with rupture, gain poise potency and poise count 3 times per skill. Skills that inflict rupture, clash power deal 10% damage. If targets with 15 plus rupture potency is defeated, the identity that defeated them gains 2 offense level. How heartless they are, the flowing stream and the wilting blossom. Beneath the glacial moon, I lay the blossom soul to rest. Are those the missing pieces from the... Streams turn crimson with fallen petals. Unspeakable sorrow becomes a vast innumerable system of roots. Thus, the unresolved resentment blames naught but the springtime breeze. There are 2 jars in the room, with 2 mysterious devices hanging from above them. The host's voice booms from the speakers the moment we approach the jars. Another chance to earn yourself some coin. The conditions are simple. Remain as long as you can inside those jars. Try sending in a clan member who's not so easily rattled. Pick up your coins. Easy, right? Sloth Gluttony. Who has the highest resistance to fear? So he rolls a crack shot. Between them all, I think Heathcliff has the best odds because he just has to flip 1 coin. Heathcliff and some other candidates' clan members crawl into the jar. It's always full stop Heathcliff winning these coin flips, have you noticed? The device activates and all kinds of creepy crawly bugs crawl out of the device and into the jar. Heathcliff manages to stay inside despite the horror, but everyone else jumps out of the jars, screaming. Looks like our dear audience really enjoyed that. Well, it's too bad, but the coins are only for the brave ones who managed to stay inside the jar. Coins fall out from near the speaker. Heathcliff crawls out of the jar as well, with a look that cannot be described as anything positive. Darn it! Even the game is inciting torment to Heathcliff. Two coins obtained. Selected identity lost 15 SP.
자, 됐냐? 저격수한테 이런 거 시키지 좀 마라.
We're only 26. We have to take down we have to take someone down and take all their coins if we're gonna get back into the row of things. Actually, I did have another thought and I don't remember it anymore. Wait, where did I pick up Ishmael?
야음을 틈타.
I had some thoughts, but I can't remember them. Maybe I shouldn't have gone to sleep.
타겟 포착 1시간. 그 삶의 마침표를. 이러면 쏠 수 있지? 공로 지원한다.
추잡하네.
Oh, yes, I remember now. I think that this dungeon is full of way too much filler. Maybe they want... I did get warned that there could be a lot of story due to the plot that they're pulling from, but... there's just so many of these freaking fights. And then lots of dialogue, and then more fights. And the thing is, I think that they're lying. I don't think that this is the final round at all, because I don't see Jia Mu giving out her position to someone who could just bully everyone else into some... Well, okay, let's be fair. Very accurate to her character. But at the same time, what if someone else just... I feel like the fact that an audience member could have taken away so many of our coins throws me off. It just doesn't seem like she wouldn't want to leave someone else open to being sabotaged like that. Like perhaps, let's say that N core has use for taking over H core. So, they just pay to give all... We've seen that there can be audience payouts, so they just pay out and have everyone else yield their coins to their own entry. That just doesn't seem right to me. Oh no.
하필이면 여기서 제일 보기 싫었던 얼굴을 마주치네. 시춘! 무사한 거야? 아직까지는 목숨만은 보존 중이야. 하지만 보시다시피 동전은 거의 다 잃었어.
가환, 그자에게 습격당했습니다. 남아있던 세가도 전부 잃었고요.
탈락만은 당하지 않으려고 겨우겨우 지켜냈는데 뭐 지금까지 이 안에 남아있는 걸로도 5위 안에는 들려나? 이 정도면 창고 구석에 있는 보물 하나쯤은 얻어갈 수 있겠다, 그치?
Zichun almost let out a wry laugh, caught herself, then sighed deeply as she regarded us.
근데 여기 분위기는 왜 이래? 어쨘 나보다 더 죽상이야? 그리고 대욱 언니는 왜 여기에?
Jia Zichun asked, realizing the oddly downcast atmosphere surrounding our group.
아, 신경 쓰지 않아도 돼, 시춘. 그리고 네가 원한다면 우리와 같이.
아니, 나는 두고 가. 탈락이 내가 마주해야 할 결과라면 그냥 덤덤하게 받아들이고 싶으니까.
아가씨,
웨이, 가주대전은 내가 지금까지 얼마나 준비했는지를 보여주는 자리였어. 그저 내가 제대로 하지 못했던 것뿐이야. 분하고 아쉽지만 받아들여야지.
그렇구나. 그래도 후보자들이 얼마 남지 않았다고 하니 머지않아 끝날 거야. 밖에서 보자. 네가 무사하길 바랄게.
정말 이렇게 지나쳐 간다고? 남은 내 동전을 뺏지도 않고? 그 정도 동전으론...
나도 너랑 같은 마음이야. 아쉽지만 마지막까지 최선을 다해야지. 네 것을 뺏고 싶진 않아.
오빠가 언젠가부터 달라졌다는 건 알고 있었어. 방금 뭐라고 했어?
그래, 시춘. 만일 네가 원한다면 다른 형 누나들처럼 나를 헤아려 해도 된다는 소리야. 나는 몇 년 후에 대관원을 떠날 테니 그 전에 네가...
그게 지금 나한테 할 소리야?
나는 이제 말이야, 더 이상 죽고 사는 것에 연연하고 싶지 않아.
오빠는 방금 나한테는 절대 하지 말아야 할 말을 했어. 이제 다시는 오빠 방으로 오지 않을 거야. 오빠가 대관원을 떠난 이후에도 다시 마주치지 않기를 바랄게. 그때부터 오빠를 보면 자꾸 그 말이 머릿속에 생각났어. 모든 걸 포기한 사람처럼 웃으면서 말하던 그 모습이. 하지만 나도 똑같았지. 무슨 일이 있었냐고 물어봐주지 못할 망정. 그 이후로 오빠를 철저하게 무시하기 시작했으니까. 나 아까 치우 오라버니를 마주쳤어. 당연히 나를 죽이거나 적어도 동전을 뺏어갈 줄 알았는데 그냥 한번 쳐다보더니 그대로 지나쳐가더라고. 이상하지? 오빠나 치우 오라버니나 대체 뭘 바라고 있는 걸까?
여러분들은 이만 다른 장소로 이동하시죠. 안심하세요. 아가씨는 마지막까지 제가 지켜드릴 겁니다.
Please don't die off screen. That would be very unfortunate.
대전이 끝나는 그 시간까지 무사 평안하시길.
Actually, someone else that I didn't mention that could have been behind the assassin, but also doesn't make sense to be the assassin, was the Q Corps. I think it was the lady visiting from her spouse in Q Corps. She also could have had motivation to kill Kong Lu, but the thing is, she also knows that we can undo it. And actually, it now makes sense why she was so terrified of violating the head's taboo. But then why Granny just didn't care, because the only reason they showed up last time was because I manipulated them into showing up. Honestly, I kind of like this team synergy. I think the only downside is that it uses Gregor. But even then, Gregor works because... Damn it, the negative SP! Makes sense that Zupan would find a way to sabotage us even this far into the game. At least they're giving us weak clashing stage 1 Pekatula so we can get our SP back in order, but oh, I should have had Hong Lu attack one of the bigger guys, shouldn't I?
좋아. 잘하구만.
Okay, you know what? She can have that one. Is what I think, but I think actually I do want that for myself. No. I'll organize it like this. I can go without the SP, honestly.
죄인인가?
그림자 속으로 가라앉게. 꿰뚫려라. 그 삶의 마침표를.
Sure, why not? You can go for the crack shot.
헤어내리.
I'm not sure it'll survive long enough to get to it though.
죽지 마. 끝내지.
So we know what Wrath Stage 3 lusts. I'm trying to think, which of the Stage 3 haven't we seen, and it's honestly escaping me. Happiness and laughter are but illusions, sorrow and grief are but illusions also. Avarice, yearning and longing are but manifestations of one's vacuity. Honestly, I think the position we end up at the end is gonna be scripted. That just... yeah, I still get so persnickety about the coins that I have and how I lost lots of them. We run into a different candidate's clan in a narrow hallway. Feel free to duke it out, but with the candidates' mutual agreement, I think we can turn this battle into a more interesting game. It's up to the both of you, though. Oh, what the heck. There's mutual agreement between the two candidates. The wager it is then. Very well, place 5 of your coins in front of you and send out a member of your clan, have them give a presentation on why their candidate is more deserving of the family hierarch seat. Refute your own opponent's argument while reinforcing your own. Our dear audience will choose the winner. Alright, send out the most articulate and persuasive representatives. Which of us is the best debater? It's always Heathcliff. Oh, actually Forced gets a bonus. There's no bonus to you. There's a penalty to Ryoshu. There's a bonus to Mersault, but he's still not good enough. Honglu can't do it, but that's probably because of penalty. Ishmael, not so. Rodian could if I had more SP. Utis actually has a bonus. Gregor does not. I'm scared because sooner or later we're going to fail. Heathcliff crushes the opponent's argument with ease. The opposing candidate's representative falls to their knees, clearly devastated by their loss. Congratulations to the winner. Heathcliff gathers all the coins from the ground. Coin 5 obtained. The selected identity heals for 15 SP.
자, 됐냐? 저격수한테 이런 거 시키지 좀 마라.
Honglu deals 0.5% damage for every coin. I should have used Durante at least once yesterday, but I kept saving it thinking it'll be even more important for the next boss, and now I've reached a new day of Durante. I also haven't done my experience excavation yet because I'm hoping to get the next tier, even though it's probably going to be a lot of BS. Judging from how we had to get a letter from Kim Jia Huan saying, no, we're sorry, we didn't mean it. Lust resistance, right. But whistles. And he loses SP because the Zupan, you jerk.
사격 개시.
꿰뚫려라.
시간이라면 쏠 수 있죠? 시어받고 쏜다. 한 점만 노린다.
Yep, and then one of them killed their friend in order to get the healing effect off. I know how these guys work. Anytime people wonder, why do you hate clashable counters? This is why. We barely get anything for swapping over, and we're still having to clash against something that'll hurt. And because it's a negative coin, Where did that come from? Did you shoot?
처리할 먹잇감 있나?
She didn't lose a clash, it looks like.
헤어내리.
Honestly, I think the unbreakable coins can sometimes be worse if you beat them and then lose than if you just lose on the first turn.
걷어들일 순 없었어.
You know, like with what happened with Ishmael, it pushes her past the first stagger threshold, but rather than stagger her so she doesn't take more hits, it instead saves the stagger so that they can easily push her through stagger thresholds and get a damage bonus on it. And it's annoying, and yeah, they are definitely going to need to fix this.
죄인인가?
죽지 마라.
Honestly, the coin bonus is ludicrous. It would be such a waste to bring the K-Core Honglu to all this. 3 more coins. Artifacts used for the second round of family hierarchy evaluation. Wait, we've run out of... There's going to be something in the center here, isn't there? What? Destined for Heavenward Ascension / weakness, huh?
총은 수지 타산에 맞게 한 발에 한 놈씩.
Oh wait, we're almost half an hour. Furtive Podao Assailant. Is this gonna be Night Strider again? I legit hate it.
더
This is
처리할
the
먹잇감 있나?
having an important part of their kit hidden in a clashable counter that is on use is a bad idea. When they get to Uptie 5, they need to make them combat start because on use does not work.
죄인인가? 한 점만 노린다.
숨통 끊기. 꿰뚫려라.
Putting the unbreakable coin second in line feels so dirty to me. On use, gain haste. Melee support.
이라면
죽어.
그 삶에 마침표를 이러면 쏠 수 있죠? 쏜다.
따뜻한 소리.
Yeah, Donnie has gotten a slight bit of a scratch on her
발목 잡자.
from losing these clashes, or alternatively just from being against unbreakable
이제
coins.
정말로 얼마 남지 않았습니다. 말하는 사이에도 2명의 후보자가 연달아 탈락했습니다. 왕시가가 동전을 잃자마자 사시가가 머리를 그대로 내리쳐버렸군요. 볼만한 동기어진이네요. 그리고 1위는 여전히 가시가문의 가치우.
저기 있다. 잡아. 누군데? 저거 가시가문 아니야? 어차피 가치오는 우리가 상대할 수 없어. 가복이라도 잡아.
It's past half an hour. I'm an idiot.
타겟 포착. 1시간이야.
꿰뚫려라.
이러면 쏠 수 있죠? 쏜다.
Although, I guess, in all fairness, I should have my characters a bit higher level than this. Still don't like it.
흑수며 빈박질 춤을 끝내지.
그 삶에 마침표를. 키스카이트 지금.
I'm beginning to think that anyone that shows up on our side isn't going to show up as an enemy because they just don't have... They don't want to go, oh, well, she was holding back when she was fighting with you, because that just cheapens the experience.
주군께서 찾아오시는 건
2 hairs.
아니, 말씀하십시오.
Don't take that shot because his counter will actually hurt.
고귀하게.
And then I had Rodian take the hit anyway. Go figure.
불쌍하게 울부짖는 건
사선이 비었어요.
공로 지원한다.
또한 용서할
어머해줘.
여긴 맡겨주세요.
Please go away. Guaranteed crit. Maximum concentration sniper.
타겟 포착. 1시간.
숨통 끊기. 가치 없음.
한 점만 노린다. 탄하구만.
끝내지. 끝내지.
그 삶의 마침표를.
Okay, now we have to end the episode very quickly.
우리처럼 벼랑 끝에 몰리고 있어서인지 다들 더 독해지고 있는 것 같군.
Which is why we're being hit by a cutscene.
어차피 우리 걸 뺏어도 얼마 안 되는데.
기왕 이렇게 되었으니 우리도 전력을 다해 상대의 것을 노리는 거다.
As we were descending and fighting off groups of enemies after enemies, a loud bang of a firearm echoed from not too far across the hallway. Oh boy, is what's his face from the thumb participating? I was thinking he'd just be an observer, but if he's actually in here... Lin Dayu, who leaped in front of Hong Lu, falls to the ground. Oh no, it's Gubo. Encore, new league of the 9 littérateurs.
의도한 건 아니야. 용서하시게. 내 애구라는 것의 사용이 아직 익숙치가 않아. 정확하게 조준하는 것은 늘 어려운 법이지.
대옥 씨, 괜찮은 거야? 상처가 많이 커 보이는데? 괜찮습니다.
태영, 어째서?
그런 눈으로 보지 마세요. 몸이 먼저 움직인 겁니다. 오라버니, 잊으셨나요? 저는 대대로 호위를 업으로 삼았던 임시 가문이지 않습니까?
나는 되돌릴 수 있었어. 태호, 너와는 다르게 너도 알고 있었잖니.
그렇게 따지면 저도 홍원의 생명보험을 이용해도 됩니다.
숨이 너무 오래 멎으면 생명보험은 불가능해. 그리고 나는
Honglu's eyes trembled briefly. My thoughts wandered to visions of Xiren's past, then to her present. Perhaps his did as well.
이렇게라도 하면 오라버니께 삿된 마음을 가지고 산 것에 대해 조금이나마 갚아질까 싶었습니다. 그리고 저도 오라버니가 고통스러워하는 건 보고 싶지 않았으니까요.
And you were ordered to help out.
조금 기이한 광경이군. 고작 다른 후보자의 세가가 부상당한 걸로 이리들 어수선한 것인가? 충고하건대 그대들은 너무 손쉽게 벗을 만들려 하지 마시게.
Rich coming from the guy who immediately started up a new League of Nine.
미래를 함께할 동지라고 믿어 의심치 않던 자가 어느 날 언질 하나 없이 달름박질 치며 도망갈 수도 있는 법이니.
Oh, I see. You're talking about Yi Seng, aren't you?
함부로 말하지 마시게, 구보. 우리의 과거는 그렇게 쉬이 입에 담으며 희롱할 것이 아니오.
그래, 어제도 그렇고 이젠 땅을 쳐다보지 않고도 잘 말하게 되었나. 하지만 이상, 자네는 예전 모습이 훨씬 보기 좋았어. 지금은 뭐랄까, 너무 반들거리는 태가 나는군. 아무렇지 않게 새 친구의 앞에 나서는 꼴이 딱 그래. 그러니 이제 좀 비켜주면 좋겠네. 다음 탄환은 빗맞지 않기를 바라기에.
그럴 필요 없어, 구보. 저기 자랑스러운 내 동생을 좀 봐. 빈약하기 짝이 없는 저 동전들을. 그러니 그걸 쏘아봐야 아무 의미가 없어. 보는 내가 다 나쁘끄러워질 정도니. 4대 가문 중에 제일 높은 위상을 차지해야 하는 가시 가문이 여기에선 영 힘을 못 쓰고 있는 것이 통탄스럽구나.
꼭 가시 후보자들을 다 마주친 것처럼 말하네, 형.
그래, 그런 셈이지. 가시춘도 머지않아 탈락하게 될 거다. 내가 그리 만들었거든. 그 호위나 주인이나 쌍으로 어리석기 그지없었지. 보잘것없는 세가도 그렇고. 남들은 동전 하나라도 얻어내려고 혈안이 되어서 팔다리를 잘라가며 사투를 벌이고 있는데 수중에 가진 것도 없는 주제에 고리타분하기 짝이 없는 방식으로만 동전을 모으고 있더군. 머리통을 부숴서 끝장내려 했지만 아깝게 도망쳤지.
저번에 만났을 때도 그렇지만 참 밉상이란 말이지. 싸울 생각은 없어 보이니까 우선 대옥 씨 응급처치부터.
아니, 그럴 필요 없다.
흑수군, 저들이 나타났다는 건
이런 폭주한 사시 가문의 후보자를 훌륭히 제압한 설씨가 유일하게 남은 후보자가 탈락했습니다. 시간을 너무 지체한 나머지 표본으로 들어오지 못했네요. 후보자와 떨어질 세가들은 더 이상 걸음을 떼지 말고 자리에 남아주시길 바랍니다. 곧 절차에 따라 여러분을 회수하러 올 테니까요.
보차 아가씨가 탈락하셨군요.
I guess she was doing a pretty good job off screen then, wasn't she?
저는 여기까지인가 봅니다. 따라온 덕에 많은 오해를 풀고 갈 수 있어 다행입니다.
태호,
무사히 다녀오시길 바라겠습니다. 이번에는 꼭 돌아오시길.
벌써 이 심사의 끝이 머지않았군요. 긴장감과 위기감을 더 돋구어 보기 위해 특별한 상황을 조성할까 하는데요. 만약에 1위부터 3위의 후보자들이 같은 방에서 마주치게 된다면 말이죠. 고착된 지금의 순위에 엄청난 대역전극을 불러올 수 있지 않을까요? 결과가 뻔한 승부는 관객분들께서 지루해할 수 있으니까요.
Which means?
현재 동전수를 집계해보자면 1위는 가시가문의 가치우, 2위는 가시가문의 가환, 3위는 가시가문의 가보이군요.
저 조합으로 같은 공간에서 대면해야 한다는 건가요?
대역전극이 과연 가능할 것인가? 문은 열렸습니다.
All the other two have to do is forfeit, and then we come in third, and we lose everything. The commentator is going to have to ban the ability to forfeit at this point.
이거 재밌게 돌아가는군. 그 정도 동전으로 3인 걸 보니 1위가 어지간히 동전을 쓸어담은 모양인데. 동생아, 사이좋게 입장하는 꼴은 사양이니 먼저 들어가도록 하겠다. 네 한계를 깨닫고 일찌감치 자진 탈락하는 것도 더할 나위 없이 좋을 테지만.
역전극? 말이 좋아 역전극이지. 결국 보는 사람들 더 입맛 당기게 해보자는 거나 다를 게 없잖아.
3위면 저자들이 황금가지를 노리고 왔을 테니 저희가 거의 확실하게 놓칠 만한 상황이겠네요. 하지만 저희가 대체 무슨 수로 가치우라는 자를 이기고, 심지어 가환, 저자도 상대해야 하는데.
하지만 다른 방도는 없겠는데요? 피할 길이 없다면 들어갈 수밖에 없을 텐데요.
야, 괜찮은 거 맞아? 우리가 앞으로 저기서 상대해야만 하는 놈들은 너를...
Heathcliff trailed off. Neither of them are remotely fond of Honglu, so they're likely to go all out on trying to kill him. Heathcliff knew that.
아마 저 안에는 치우 형님이 먼저 기다리고 계시겠죠? 치우 형님은 공멸일에 우연찮게 자리를 비우신 공가의 사람이었어요. 아버지를 따라 가시를 얻으셨을 뿐, 집으로 돌아오니까 공시가의 어머니는 물론 가시가의 아버지도 휘말려서 같이 참변을 당하시고, 그 외에 친히 지냈던 일가 친척들을 모두 잃으셨죠. 치우 형님이 보았던 건 아무것도 남지 않은 건물과 아무것도 말해주지 않는 대관원 사람들, 그리고 그릇된 탐욕을 가졌다는 오명만 남긴 공시가의 이야기일 뿐일 거예요. 시종들은 치우 형님이 공멸일과 관계 있었을 거라 짐작할 수 있는 저를 찾아와 해코지할지도 모른다고 간혹 말했지만, 치우 형님은 한 번도 저를 찾아오지 않고 그저 홍원을, 이 대관원을 떠나셨어요. 그러니 다시 돌아오셨다는 건 물러설 수 없는 큰 결심과 의지를 가지신 걸 테죠. 그게 무엇인지 저는 모르겠지만요.
Okay, now we wrap up the episode. 50 minutes! But chances are our final boss is going to be just as nasty, so until next time, guys, take care. I'll see you all around. This is still part 2. We're still in part 2. So there's still going to be nonsense after this fight.